Hey YouTube, I'm fixing to make some no melt suet cakes. I make these year round for my birds. They're easy to make. I feed them year round with them because they're a good source of protein and fat for the birds in the summer when it's stressful, the heat and raising their litlins. And then in the winter time it's real good for them too when it's cold because they have fat in them and a lot of protein. It's just real good for all different sorts of birds, and you can attract different birds with this than what you would just regular food, just regular bird seed out. I mean, we didn't think we had woodpeckers until we put this out, and they'll appear out of nowhere. So it's real good for attracting different sorts of birds to your feeders, and I'll show you how to make it. It's quick, it's easy, and it's inexpensive. Alright, let's get in the kitchen and start. Alright, you start with a big kettle, and you're going to add 1 cup of crunchy peanut butter. I don't measure it out, I just about guess. It's not a perfect science, so it can be a little more, a little less. It doesn't really matter. And I do like to use crunchy for the peanuts in it, but you could just add peanuts and creamy peanut butter if you like. And 1 cup of lard. If you want to, you can even save bacon grease. A lot of people do that after they fry their bacon. They put it in a little tin. That's what they do in the South anyway, to season with later. So that's 1 cup of lard. That's probably a little extra, but like I said, it don't really matter. This is just a basic recipe. Alright, so then you stir this, you just put it on low and stir it till it's all melted good. So you just stir it a little bit until it's entirely melted. Alright, everything's melted. You can see it's nice and liquidy. Alright, and to this, we can go ahead and turn the stove off. To this, we're going to add the dry ingredients. And in this bowl, I've got a cup of flour and 1/2 cup of sugar. And I've got 2 cups of quick oats. And you just, mix that all together. And then you just dump it down into your dry. Into your wet. Okay. And just stir all that around. Let it all soak up in there. Alright, you take it away off the heat. Stir it all up. And you can either add some bird seed. And I think I will put me a few. I've got black sunflower seed. I'll add a little bit of that. And I like to add some sort of dry fruit. Raisins, and today I had some cranberries. So I'm going to add some dried cranberries to it. And I've got some chicken feed too that I feed these chickens with. So I usually throw a little bit of that in. So you just add it all in. Okay. I think I might add a little bit more sunflower. Okay. Alright. And the cranberry, dried cranberry. You just add what you want. That's probably, that might be a 1/2 cup, a little more, less. And next is my raisins. And you can just put what you want. And if you got dried apricot, anything, any kind of fruit. They love fruit and it's good for them. And some chicken feed. Everybody might not have that, but if you do, you can add it. And then you just stir. So there you see everything's all blended in. It smells good enough to eat. David always, every time I make it, he wants to just taste of it almost. It just looks like a good old cookie batter to me. Now, after you get it all stirred up, to serve this, I guess you'd say, you can either put this in muffin tins, you know, and have little round patties of it. Or what I use is a regular old suet cage like that. You can get them cheap. And I've got these trays from some suet that I bought, and I'll show you that. But don't buy this. It needs a big old red X on it. Do not buy this. We got this at Walmart. I don't know how long ago, but I wanted the trays for it because the birds won't eat it. This is crap stuff. It'll just sit out there and rot. They will not eat it. And they'll protest out in your yard with little signs, you know, Birds Lives Matter signs. They will not eat it. So if you don't have these little cages, these are like 99 cents at Walmart. But you don't have to buy them. You can just patty it out and put it in little baggies and put it in your freezer. However you want to do it. But what I do, I actually just use my hands. I put them in here. Just fill that little tray up. Just press it down good. And then I just sit this in the freezer for just maybe 5-10 minutes. Don't take long, just to let it set up because it's, you know, it's still warm. And after you let it set up, you just take it out and it'll pop right out of that little tray. And then just put it in I put mine in little separate baggies after I pop them out. Or you can leave them in the tray and pop them out when you're ready to use them. But I keep all that in the freezer until I'm ready to serve them. And then I'll just pop them out, put them in a little tray, and take them to the birds. Alright, I got my suet cake in the cage, and just down below the cage I've got a little feeder here, and so I just hung this on the cage just so it catches the crumbs and the birds don't waste anything. They'll sit down here and get the crumbs. There'll be 3 or 4 here and 3 or 4 hanging on the cage eating at the same time. But if you don't put yours in a little tray, if you just put them in a muffin pan and freeze them or something, then you can just sit them. Sometimes I'll make some and just sit them down in my platform feeder. Don't matter, they'll eat them from anywhere. If you want to have a lot of birds come to your yard, you know, you want to for sure put out food and water, and you just want to make it inviting. And you can do that by adding houses. David just built me these houses. The tags on them was from my daddy's motorcycles, so I got me a West Virginia tag birdhouse. I got a couple of them David built, and I've got on over here, he built me this bluebird feeder. We got bluebirds that come to that every year and have little ones. And another one he built there was got the tin roof West Virginia motorcycle tag on it. It does make them last longer too, because rain, you know, don't sit on the top of it. But we got probably 3 different broods that come in there. They'll lay about 3 different times through the summer, early spring and summer on these houses. I mean, in these houses. Bluebirds and wrens. And we have babies everywhere. We have several different feeders that we feed from, and I just put black sunflower seeds in these, and they love it. We got different feeders everywhere, and if you want to make them happy, you got to give them somewhere to take a bath, somewhere to drink their water. And you don't have to have nothing fancy. all I got here is just a plant saucer. Just got to keep it clean, of course. But I just had a little pedestal I had years ago, back when they were in style for your house. That old pedestal, I just brought it outside because I didn't like it indoors anymore. They'd gone out of style. So I just made me a little bird bath out of it. They'll get in there and splash around and come back and drink, and they like having their food and water. It keeps them happy. Thanks for watching. So I hope you all try some suet recipe and feed your birds. Keep them watered, fed, make them happy. Till next time, keep calm and make tea.